Greetings Exiles! My last video about Chieftain Exsanguinate was very popular and many of you were asking about a variant of this build for 3.19, and so I decided to make a new video about Chieftain Exsanguinate. I'm going to start this video with a defense, because I hate dying. In this build I use Leadership's Price, Sappho's Frame, and the Brass Dome. Along with some passive skills, we have 90% max resistance. In addition, we have Determination, Grace, and some spell block. According to the PoB, this character has 70,000 effective hit pool, and that's without Flask and Molten Shell, so you will very rarely die with this build. In addition to the previously shown unique items you will need. And of course several clusters. As for damage, as you can see for yourself, this build perfectly clears maps. You just press a button and everything on the screen is annihilated. But unfortunately this is not a well-rounded beast, for one divine orb and a single target damage is less than ideal. But you can easily kill all the bosses in the game and even some uber bosses. If you want to farm high quantity invitations or uber bosses, then you should look for another build. For example, Reap. In the comments to my last video, a lot of people wrote that Reap is much better because it has more damage. They are right about the damage, but the main purpose of this build is not to die and fast maps clearing, and with the last point, Reap is much worse because you can't kill mobs off screen. And lastly, a couple of words about the cost of this build and the possible improvements you can make. As I said before, it's not a cheap build and you need about 30 divine orbs. But if that's too much for you, then don't worry, because I have a cheaper version in the PoB, which would be an ideal starting point if you want to try this build. You'll also find a lot of useful information in my PoB, so be sure to check out notes. The current version has about 2 million boss DPS, but you can easily double it with these items. I personally plan to farm some currency and buy upgrades for this build because I really liked it. It's easy and fun to play, and those are the main criteria for me. That's all for now, and I hope you enjoyed my video. I would be very grateful for your likes and subscriptions. And see you in the next videos.